Hey, everybody, it's the coach.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And right away, whistles and a flag down. And I believe we'll start the night with a 1st and 15. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Foles. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, that's good. That's good.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Jags grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, he He's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. You got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Foles. Throw right side of the tight end O'Shaughnessy. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Foles. His throw caught at about the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 yards on the play. First down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Tannehill. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Throwing on second and long. Tannehill. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
44, Mike, 44. Check pass. Clear.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
44, Mike, 44.
On second and very short, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now. But he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to, at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 27, Tannehill. That's complete complete to Taywan Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Tannehill. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Got it. 47. Mike's 47. We got it.
Bravo.
47 is the Mike. 47 is the Mike. Down to lose one.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. This is taken at the 15. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
180.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Yeah. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Foles. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Foles. And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 10. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop. following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Get the ball.
Tannehill now to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's upended after a gain of 4, up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Walker with it over the middle. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Tannehill. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And now out come the Jags. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down in bounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Looking to throw. And his pass incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. He'll look to throw, and that's knocked away and incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Titans will get the football at their 20. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And some room to run now.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throw left side to his tight end swing. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard 2nd quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot, start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the 2nd quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. Now Tannehill. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Tannehill. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, Zoo. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Rock it. Get that quarterback, D-line. Ready?
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
my man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Check three.
After the sack on first down, Tannehill, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Leaping, and he makes the grab. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on fourth down.
Hey, Alpha. Look, squeeze. Oh, you got it? Deuce.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Fournette on the counter. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball.
And coughed it up. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll run on first down. Barnes. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
50. Check tight. Check go.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
44's Mike. Check.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. 3rd down here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Tight end roll. We got three, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Tannehill on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Marcel Darius in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Throwing on second and long. Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They chalked that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, it's Barnes. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
5. They snap it to Tannehill. And he locates Walker, complete. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. So give him the first down, 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
44,
Here's Tannehill to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To the air again, Tannehill. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want to.
Hey, Wahoo!
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Go. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Leo!
Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again is Tannehill. The quick slant caught. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. 2nd and 5 now. Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Here we go.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, lock it. Check 24.
Here's Tannehill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Set. 18 Gator. 5.
Mike spoke forward. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
2.
Again, Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Tannehill throwing again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, watch your leg. Check.
Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point put through by Succop, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And now look at him go. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Hard, hard.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Rock it.
To throw is Tannehill. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
91 in the money. Rip left, rip left.
Tannehill now to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Pruitt, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. On second down, here's Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out come the Titans now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Barnes. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. You got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
44, Mike, 44. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. Check.
Go out.
Check 99.
Let's go.
Tannehill. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. But correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st down, Tannehill. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. 25 yards that time. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
44, Mike, 44. Go, tackle, let's go. We got him.
Now Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his second touchdown of the night. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Succop. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They begin with a run by Fournette. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
You know, gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's a give to Fournette. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 11. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
You ready? 44 Mike. Check. Stand.
Tannehill now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's go. Check it out, read.
One last throw here for Tannehill. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Jaguars, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.